All right, welcome back to It's New. I'm Barry Schwartz. Well, with me is Greg, Old, Mick, Mordy, and Crystal Carter. Welcome. Crystal, what are you talking about today?
I'm going to be talking about a new look for your new looks on the Google Carousel.
Okay, looking forward to that. And Greg?
And there's a signal out there that Google Ads may be using more targeting from PMAX to different campaign types.
And Morty?
You must click it. Not so, says data study.
And I'm going to talk more about the Search Console stuff and some crazy news or theories around that. Let's get into it.
Rand Fishkin over at SparkToro, who's done a lot of historical work on zero-click searches, put out a new data study comparing behavior in the EU and the US. There didn't look there's much of a variance between the EU and in the US. At least I didn't notice one in the data. He did note that something like 58.5% of American searches didn't get an actual click, or he calls zero-click searches. However, out of that 58.5%, 21.4% didn't get a click because the user went and did another search. So you really have like 37% where there wasn't an actual click, whether they just gave up or whether they got the answer in an AI overview or in a feature snippet or whatnot. Part of the data also showed a downturn in overall searches on mobile, both in the EU and in the US in May. Rand thought that maybe that was because the AI overviews came out. People are like, "Oh, I don't like AI overviews. Let's go search somewhere else." My only question is, I don't believe that the AI overviews were released in the EU. So the EU seeing a downturn in searches in May wouldn't correspond to AI overviews being released because they weren't.
Right. And plus AI overviews are showing for a small percentage of queries. So
right.
I'm not sure. But it is good to have a refresh data on the zero click stuff because I know Greg loves zero clicks.
No, I want all ad clicks. That's all I want. And
only 1%, right? That's what he said. 1% of clicks go to ads.
You are the 1%.
I mean, hey, I'll take it for once in my life. All right. And then for Google Ads, if you're an advertiser doing any type of app campaigns, you've got a new targeting type that was exclusively PMAX before. It's an audience signal, and that's different than audiences. I don't know why they name things the way they do. An audience signal is you have like a data set or any type of custom segment that you start with, and then it builds off of that. It's really just like a jumping off point, and then it turns into whatever it feels like. So that has been PMAX exclusive. It is now coming to app campaigns. I think that it's nice to have more features, and hopefully we'll see that roll out to, display and other things like that, search, shopping, stuff like that. So hopefully that's a signal that we will see it get to other campaigns. And then there was also a lot of chatter yesterday around some of the Google brand controls, specifically brand exclusions. And Anthony Higman was complaining, I would say, and that's fair to say, about the fact that a lot of competitive firms would show up and was wondering if there's a way to exclude those. There is hypothetically, but you would have to exclude every single one of those brands out there. So like, let's say I'm selling like bespoke jewelry and I don't want to show up against people that sell cheaper things. I'd have to, exclude Walmart. I'd have to exclude Temu, Target, all these other things. And it's basically impossible. And so they're asking like, hey, would this ever be a possibility? I'll give you the answer. No, there's never going to be like block all brands. It's just that there's too much money there to be had. So it is something you could do if you've got a small subset of competitors and you're trying to block those, but probably not coming soon.
Awesome. I had such a hard time understanding the inclusion aspect of it versus the exclusion aspect. And supposedly the inclusion will include your brand, but it won't really exclude what you need to exclude. So you need these exclusions, and then you can't really, and even some brands don't even show up in the exclusion list. So it's a whole pain in the neck.
You have to make brands, you have to add brands, and thank God they just renamed restrictions to inclusions. So you have exclusions now and inclusions now. Before you had exclusions or restrictions, and it blew my mind.
Got that, Crystal?
Oh yeah, that's really good stuff, guys.
But at least we got styling. What's going on there, Crystal?
Yes, Chris Style here reporting for you on the current styles carousel. which has been discovered by Twitter handle Sad Ali Khan 1994. And he was saying that basically he's found something called a current styles carousel, which has on the top a sort of carousel of styles, like from publications like Glamour or InStyle magazine, where they're showing, for instance, ripped jeans or cargo jeans or things like that. And then underneath them, there is a sort of shopping carousel sort of thing. So the top part is a sort of general sort of styles thing. And then underneath, they're showing related products. I think this is really, really interesting. And I think that's probably building on some of the data they've got from that like circle and search and that sort of like, you know, they've been doing that like sparkle. Are you interested in this jumper? Are you interested in these shoes? That sort of thing. So I think that it's a nice integration, and maybe we'll see more of it too.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I always like to keep the styling going, my hair and face and anything that can make me look better. So
always lovely. That's what they say about Barry Schwartz. Always super styling.
I think we should do a fashion only show, Morty. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I can't because my carousel just shows up, says you are beyond help. And that's it. There's no like image or anything.
If they were really personalized, that'd be great. Barry, you're
the personalized
doomed.
Results.
Well, your current styles, Morty, would be current style is the same style that it was before. Like
not new.
Barry's style would be get back to work and write another blog.
Yes. On that, Google is really super delayed. Like we discussed yesterday, Google Search Console has serious delays. I think they're at 77, 78. By the time this goes out, it'll probably be 79 hours. I'm hoping they hit 100 hours, and maybe it'll go through next week and we'll hit 1 billion hours of delays, but we will see. That being said, there's a lot of confusion around this. One is Rudgar Dalchow, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, is like, why don't we have this notified in the Google Search status report dashboard where they tell us about indexing issues, serving issues, and ranking updates? And John Mueller's like, that's only reserved for core updates and core systems updates, not related to reporting issues, because reporting issues are just reporting and they're not really affecting the actual search results, which makes sense. So that's his answer there. And then also we had complaints or questions around Google Search Console delays being a signal that there may be a core update that's rolling out at the same time. Always see this whenever there's a reporting delay or a Search Console blip. It was like there's a core update running out or there's some type of update. And John Mueller actually commented on this on LinkedIn saying, in general, and she said, to be direct, no, this is not an unconfirmed core update. We'll announce it when it's time. Basically, no, these reporting glitches have nothing to do with core updates, although everybody really thinks they always have to do with them.
When I go into search, no, you go first, Crystal.
This has caused some really interesting stuff online. So Aleda Solis today posted state of SEO reporting with the little dog in the fire, the This Is Fine dog, and so showing 74 hours. And John Mueller said he said, sorry, should I check with the team about adding an extra 10% to the numbers in the reports when this data is back? Smiley face wink.
Because when I log in, it just says gone fishing.
Everybody's doing what it says, that hour number is like, just to make some funny things. It's been fun. Although I don't know. Somebody told me that this the longest it went was like 100 something hours. So I'm not sure if we have a record here yet. But if we go on for 2-3 weeks, then we might have a record. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully people have other analytics tools as well.
Hopefully not. Anyway, we are not on tomorrow. It's July 4th and we will have to celebrate. And then we are not on Friday because it's Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday we're not on, but we're back, I think, on Monday. So see you on Monday. And thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.